To the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen, President William Ruto's empty rhetoric in Migori, disguised as a development tour, is a big shame to the State House. I have seen the Facebook page crowded with photos of crowds from Migori, but nothing to show for the purported development. The dotted photos that I've picked from the State House Facebook page actually paint a picture of a desperate move to run a political scheme in the Nyanza region. The residents are unmoved. When you look at their faces, the speeches are boring. The president is speaking with a lot of anger, amekasirika. And one thing I don't seem to understand, election is way back, is coming in 2027. But the president is already angry, desperate, and is talking as if we are going to vote tomorrow. Kindly subscribe to our channel as we look into this. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you and I asked you that as Team Ball, we are standing in the gap for this young girl, Lucy. Lucy is a student at in KMTC, Homa Bay, KMTC. She's currently stranded, had joined in January, but had not even covered out of the whole January fee. She had an outstanding balance of almost 96,000. So she was being supported, coming from only with one parent, and not even in a stable mind. She was taken there by a well-wisher who also has not been able, and the well-wisher was a teacher, a BOM teacher, who has also not been able to foot her school fees. So as we talk, this girl is stranded. I promised Lucy that on Thursday I will send one of my team members so that the fee can be cleared, and she can also get some other requirements needed. And that is why I am asking on behalf of this girl to partner with us so that we can fundraise 150,000. This will be able to help us sort her fees and give her some requirements, and probably even some pocket money that is really needed in such an academic environment. And I want to tell you and still ask you that after we are done with probably year one, I will still request you to help us get a sponsorship for Lucy, in which even by next year, we can be running another fundraiser to support this girl. Thank you. I did the first mention after we took over her case as Team Bold. I already have 11,600. And I want to say thank you. Our target is 150. I believe that by Thursday, we'll be able to paint a smile in the face of that girl. For those who are hearing for the first time, Lucy is our third girl. And let me tell you, we have Marvel in Maseno, we have Juliet in Murang'a, and we have Ken in that school, Kirinyaga. I don't most of you remember. Now, she's going to be the third one. Of course, the fourth person we are supporting under the education pillar to Saidie. Partner with us so that at least hapa tunasemanga kidogo kidogo jaza kibaba. And I believe we can, we've done it before, and we will succeed. Thank you. I've seen a reviewed video from the State House team telling us what happened with that shoe drama in Migori. And I'm fully convinced what happened. Two possibilities. It was staged or a deal gone wrong. Someone wanted to set an agenda. And I've seen another Kenyan going to social media to make mockery of the whole thing. Probably we can listen to this.
Tumekubaliana jameni? Kwa sababu niko na viongozi wengi, mimi nataka niwahakikishie, sawa sawa, sikizeni watu wa Kuria, nyinyi ni wakulima wa maana sana sehemu hii. Tulisema kwanza tupunguze gharama ya
Nani huyu?
Tupunguze gharama. Ngojea.
Nani mjinga huyu?
Tulisema tupunguze gharama ya mbolea. Kweli au si kweli? Tulisema tupunguze gharama ya mbolea. Hiyo ngojea. Wachana nao wananchi.
Itumbi. Sasa kwani hii maneno ya kiatu iliwacha kutrend? Mimi sioni pale. No, nilikwambia hii maneno ikuwe number 1 pale. Sitaki kuona maneno ya Wamunyoro hapo katikati. Nataka hiyo maneno ya kiatu ikuwe pale juu. Mimi sitaki kusikia. Tunaelewana? Hatukupanga hii maneno atuipotelee chini. Bas, hii wiki yote ni maneno ya kiatu. Namna hiyo. Abu wacha niongea na Ones kidogo. My good friend, Ones. Sasa ile plan kwanza ya kuweka mkono namna hii. Na huyo jamaa anapima, lakini sasa next time akule proper. Sasa lakini mwambie next time afue hiyo kiatu kidogo kwa sababu sasa uliona mpaka speech ilikatika. So afue kiatu mzuri. Bas. It is working. Thank you. Asante. Sawa, wacha tutapatana mahali lunch tupange hiyo maneno mzuri. Wacha nimalize hii rally hapa na pale tujue. Si ndio? Bas. Very good. Huyo sasa maneno namna gani?
And I want to demonstrate to you. The president needs to leave Migori and come back to State House and work. Hakuna kitu anafanya huko. There's nothing he's doing there, if you ask me. I'm a bit convinced there is nothing he's doing there. Why am I saying? What has been disguised as development, I want to demonstrate to you some few photos here. In Nyatike, Migori County, he launched the construction of Muhuru Bay Pier that will reduce fish harvest losses and boost earnings. This is what was launched. And let me tell you, in 2023, when he made the tour in Nyanza, it was the same story. It was the same launch of this. No money has been set aside. And this is the photo of the explained launch of the whole thing. So it is just a strategy of bringing people together. And I've always been asking, you've gone to launch. Why must you spend money to mobilize people if you really are just going to launch? Look at another one. During the groundbreaking of Alara Nyambija Livestock Training Institute in Awendo, that will support livestock farming in Migori County from 2. Look at that photo. It is just the same. In fact, it is the same tinga being used to move from one place to the other, There is no money, no tender, no construction have started. In fact, over that, hakuna kitu. Ni hiyo kitu naona. There's nothing like have started about it. Amongst another stalled project in the making. I paid attention to Rio City Market. Rio City Market is this one here. Another interesting one. Until they even staged some mamamboga. Photo moja. The whole thing is supposed to be seen as if that market is operating, but in real sense, bado construction inaendelea. So mamamboga alikuwa staged hapo to show that something is going on. But I'm going to show you another interesting view about crowd. And there is a perception when those photos are crowded in the social media page, people are supposed to see the huge figures. But I do like the aerial view. Interestingly, in Rongo, he also commissioned St. Paul's Rongo Mixed Day Secondary School. This is a school going on. Already it's been built, and it was built way back. It was not like built yesterday. Then Amenda could commission. Commission what? Hakuna pesa ya government imeenda hapo. Imejengwa na the current MP. And from the previous administration. Not even this one. So what is being launched? Surely. That is the school. Now I want you to look at the aerial view. I like the aerial views. If you look at that aerial view, around the school, hao ndio watu walikuwa. From above. Then from this photo, you can see that it's not like it's hype, not like the number, watu ni wengi, hapana, watu ni wachache. Then from this, they took the student out of school, wakawaleta, wakamix na wananchi, put in a corridor, pushed in a corridor, and the photo is got. They got this photo. That is it. Even if you look at another one for that on your city market, you will still see the turnout around that market. Seti ni wengi. But the few are pushed into, president goes in a very narrow corridor, watu wanakuwa wengi, wanajifinya hapo, unapata picha, you splash it in Facebook, and you've got your way. Now, of course, that is the usual script, nothing new about it. The kind of rejection the president is facing in Luo Nyanza is there. And however much he might want to make corners about it, it's speaking volume. And something I am wondering here is, ameenda development tour, per se. Hii hasira mingi ni ya nini? There is a lot of anger, and he's speaking with a lot of anger in Migori. And I'm like, what for? Matiang'i is a Kenyan. The Rigathi Gachagua team, they're also Kenyans. They can also have ambitions. What is wrong yenye anaongea na hasira?
Sawa. Si huyu John Mbadi ndio waziri wa pesa? Si yeye ndio nimekaribisha yeye anishikie kisu ya kukata maneno ile ya Muiru ifike. Sasa ati kuna mtu anamwambia huyu John Mbadi awache kunisaidia kukata ile cake mupate, ati aende maandamano. Mnataka huyu aende maandamano? Sio, ni ukumbavu. Mimi nilikubaliana na Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga baba. Tukasema ya kwamba hii siasa ambayo imegawanya Kenya miaka nyingi tunataka tuikomeshe. Tukomeshe ukabila, tukomeshe chuki, tukomeshe migawanyiko, tuungane ndio tuweze kujenga taifa hii kwa usawa. Watu wa Mihuru, mimi nawauliza, iko makosa wa Kenya wakiungana? Kuna makosa wa Kenya wakiungana? Kuna makosa tukikomesha ukabila? Kuna makosa tukikomesha chuki? Mimi nawaambia jameni, kwa mapenzi ya Mungu, mimi kama kiongozi wa taifa letu la Kenya, nitafanya kazi na Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga na wale wote wako tayari tuunganishe Kenya, tukomeshe ukabila, tukomeshe chuki na tukomeshe migawanyiko. Kenya iungane na tupeleke taifa letu la Kenya mbele. Kwa vyovyote liwe liwalo, tunataka Kenya moja. Tuko pamoja jameni? Tuko pamoja? Na mimi nataka niwaeleze wale tunashindana na wao, sijui wanafanya kazi gani. Wakati huu sio wakati wa siasa duni ya ukabila na chuki na migawanyiko. Wakati huu ni wa kupanga maendeleo na kutekeleza maendeleo ya wananchi wa Kenya. Hawa wananchi kwa sasa wanataka barabara yao itengenezwe. Wanataka tuunganishe stima. Wanataka tuwasomeshe watoto. Wanataka tuweke madawa kwa hospitali. Wanataka tutengeneze uvuvi na turekebishe uchumi Kenya, tufukuze umaskini. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Sasa mimi nataka niwaambie waungwana, mambo yenu ya ukabila, mambo yenu ya chuki, mambo yenu ya migawanyiko, mambo yenu ya masgo, mungojee kidogo, tupange mambo ya maendeleo ya Kenya. Tutakutana na nyinyi hapo mbele.
Listen, I don't know. Maybe someone can explain. I don't know what's bringing all that anger. And the truth of the matter is this. When the president speaks, people seem to be losing hope. He's not giving the electorate the hope. The volume of anger is so huge that you wonder, are we going to have elections tomorrow? We don't have an election tomorrow. But aka kasira ni mingi sana. And if you want to know the problem is Matiang'i, I have seen Kimani Ngunjiri has also been recruited to attack and to lecture the country about who Matiang'i is.
Hii issue mnazungumza mambo ya kusema that nyinyi watu wa Mount Kenya mtakuwa kuna leader anaongoza anaitwa Gachagua. Sasa hiyo mko na sympathy vote, mko na ukabila, which is true. Watu wa huko walizaliwa akiwa Kikuyu, huyu alikuwa impeached, there is a sympathy vote. Niambia kuambia Ruto hiyo kitu isifanyike, he did not hear. Lakini I'm asking watu wa milima, nyinyi hamna presidential candidate, mnaungwa pamoja na mkuwe kwa chama moja. I want to let you know, utajiri ya Wakikuyu, it is not in Central. Utajiri ya Wakikuyu, it is in Kenya. Pahali Kenya yote imefika, and even out of Kenya. Utajiri ya Wakikuyu. Kuja hapa kama yote, kuja in a building, uende Kakamega, uende Kitale, uende everywhere. Uende hata Turkana, uende Bungoma, uende Mombasa, uende Nairobi. 70% of those things, property na mali yenu yote si ya milima, lakini ni ya watu ambao walitoka milima wakajitengezea kikao yao. So tukipiga hii siasa ya kusema chama ya milima na milima ati mkubwa yao huyo ndio atasema nani atasimama, you are getting lost. Na mtapiganisha Wakikuyu, na vita ikikua, the first thing ile watu watakuwa na interest, other people who hates people of milima, ni kubomoa mali yao, ni kuchoma vile ilikuwa 207. That's why I'm saying no. Let's have unit with the other tribes, tukae pamoja. Second, milima mambo ya kubebwa kula na muna presidential candidate, mtapelekwa kwa watu fulani, mutakuja kulia. What is my advice? You must have presidential candidate. Matiang'i yako, Bungoma iko, Kakamega iko, Kisii iko, ule mwingine sasa naye huko Ukambani wako na candidate yao. Nyinyi candidate yenu ni ngapi? Na kura zenyu zote ni mingi zaidi. The party will not help you. It might be a good party, lakini kwa juu hamuna mtu ya kuongoza kwa negotiation. Mtaongozwa na nani? You must have a presidential candidate. That's my advice. Ibebe kura yenyu, muweke kura zetu pamoja, muweze kunegotiate with the other people.
It is regrettable, some of the things the president is saying, like attacking Orengo, I believe it would have been more appropriate if it is those leaders who are attacking Orengo. And the president cannot leave Nairobi to go and argue with Orengo in Migori. As in, that is a bit too low of him. You know, maybe Raila should do it. Like Oburu did it. Maybe the Oburus, but not you. Kwani how desperate has things become that it is the president to go and start addressing and calling Orengo stupid? Ukumbafu. You know, it doesn't get, to me it doesn't get, I don't get it. You know, even Osoro, of all the people, you are in Migori, Rongo, Awendo. Then you have to pick Osoro to attack the other team. Well, in your Nyanza, kwani, there are no Nyanza leaders. Hey, if you look at that, Migori too, I think after yesterday's event, they avoided it. Apart from the governor and the senator, and probably the area MP, the other Nyanza leaders skipped. They are not there with the president. I've not seen any single member of parliament from Homa Bay. Not even the choir master, Opondo Kaduma. So it's so regrettable. And if you want to know, it's a disparate moment. Even Mbadi. It is Mbadi who was called to come and talk about, to sell the fact that there is a CS, so wamepewa, and he used some Luo parable. I may not translate it to you, but it's something that if you understand, you understand. It's a bit deep, but what it actually means is Onjelo is referring to Ruto. So they're saying Then Ruto ameenda kuwinda, amepata mnyama, so ameleta wamegawa. So that is what he's talking about basically. And he's calling on those people to support because wamegawa. Now what is not said ni wakati walienda kuwinda wamegawa peke yao. When walienda wakawinda after kugawa, when they get home they didn't give the children. They didn't give the children. I'm a bit skeptical about that. Now, but most importantly, why is the president tone visibly angry and is looking like a man so depressed? It should be a development tour. I wish he would be doing it the way Uhuru Kenyatta used to do it. Hey, Uhuru Kenyatta alikuwa anapiga siasa. Alikuwa anaenda yeye analaunch anaenda. Analaunch anaenda. But what is causing the Nyanza anger? We don't have an election tomorrow. There's some few things seen here. Ruto is struggling to stabilize the Raila deal. But this is the disconnect. I've heard the things he's saying, they agreed with Raila. Oh, unity. Oh, no tribalism. Oh, no. That is not amongst the 10-point agenda. The 10-point agenda, if I listen to the way Sifuna presents them, Sifuna talks about compensation for the Gen Z that were killed. The Sifuna talks about the devolution, the money that is supposed to go to devolution. Sifuna talks about to ensure that SHA is working. Sifuna talks about streamlining issues of CBC. And those are not the things. Now, the kind of language that the president speaks, oh, we came with Raila for unity, that was not it. Are people eating unity? Who told politicians that people are divided, are subdivided in some tribal caves? I've been saying we don't live in tribal caves. We don't live in tribal caves. It's an illusion created. The second issue where there is anger is that Matiang'i entry is clearly complicating William Ruto's matrix. And I want us to get it. After impeaching Rigathi Gachagua, the plan was, I take Raila to AU. If Raila goes to AU, I come back with Raila having gone to AU, I take back, I either destroy or inherit ODM. So when that plan collapsed, the plan was that if I lose Kikuyu, I'll get Raila and sweep Western and Nyanza and replace the Kikuyu vote. That was the plan. But the entry of Matiang'i means that Western is going to divide it. Even that Nyanza, let me tell you, Matiang'i, you might be surprised, Matiang'i might get more votes than William Ruto in Luo Nyanza. That is complicating things. In fact, I want you to look at Matiang'i Kalonzo. Kalonzo has been with Raila for the last 15 years. A ticket where there is Matiang'i, there is Kalonzo, surely. Unataka kuniambia hao wanaweza shindwa kupata 30% in Luo Nyanza? A man who have stood Raila with for long, and Matiang'i is that neighbor the next door. I don't know how Raila will say Thaman Tosha, and Matiang'i is just next door there. And when Matiang'i is in it, Western are also looking, oh guy, this thing is close home. Western may not likely even get the running mate. So when Matiang'i is a candidate, he can get a serious number of votes from Western wing. And that is what is giving President Ruto a lot of problem. The mind is distorted. The other issue, Rigathi camp could be infiltrating Nyanza through the voices of dissent. I agree, you cannot underestimate the Orengos. And if the Orengos fall out with Raila, because if Raila is to say Ruto Tosha, Orengo will not board it. Yes, he may not board it. And even if he boards it, he might board it for the ticket. But he might not campaign for William Ruto in Siaya. There will be an infiltration. And I don't know, I've been asking, if Matiang'i and Kalonzo are the candidates, and Kalonzo want to campaign in Kisumu, can you stone Kalonzo? Can you stone Kalonzo in Siaya? Can you stone Kalonzo in Homa Bay? Will you be sensible? Will it make political sense to stone Kalonzo and maybe Matiang'i? It's very difficult balance for William Ruto. And one thing he would want to push those people as the enemy. In fact, he's going there to push Matiang'i and Kalonzo as the enemy, surely. Surely. That is the man talking about unity. We are doomed. The cabinet slots being hawked as favors are not attractive. I've been saying if Luo Nyanza were given cabinet slots, those should not be marketed as favors. That is regional balance. That is how it should be. Why is it a favor to give a cabinet slot to 2 people from Nyanza, and it is fine to give 4 to Mount Kenya? Why is this one in Nyanza being seen as favor? No. Let's meet in the next. Kindly to support Lucy.